behavior. It's your behavior. I mean, how insane, right? And yet, our authorities, paid for by our tax dollars, believe these people with no evidence, just because they're, they probably have the same issues with their wife that this guy is having with me, right? I'm sure they are. What's the real issue? They're sociopaths. That's the real issue. They are, three delusions associated with what I call garden variety male sociopaths. One is nothing they do counts. No behaviors that they do count. Only our behaviors count, right? We've seen that over and over again with Martin, right? Our behaviors are not registered as though they're not in response to anything that they're doing, and what they do to us is so off the charts. So that's one big delusion. The second delusion is shoot. There's so many, but the second delusion is that they're smarter than their victims. They're smarter than the women. I mean, there's just no comparison at all to me and Martin. I'm in this house because I'm the victim of horrific crime, because I built something incredibly valuable, and men just wanted to steal it from me. That's why I'm in this house. He's just a nasty, predatory sex offender and a loser. That's why he's here. But in his mind, he's smarter than me. Shoot, what is the third? What is the third one? We said one, the behaviors. Two, they're smarter. Offender and victim. In their mind, in a sociopath's mind, they're always the victim. No matter what, they're the victim. And we see that in a big way, right? No evidence. I mean, it can get muddier in different situations because people in charge are these male sociopaths. That's why it's muddy. That's the reason. They are brutally maintaining power over women, and they should have no power at all. They're crazy, right? So the reversal of victim and offender is also a common horrific delusion amongst these sociopaths. I mean, my theory about that is, I really don't think their brain registers, a reality. They're delusional, right? They're not. They stop themselves from thinking, and I think it's a wound from. I think it's a patriarchal systemic wound that comes in those what we call the 0 to 3 critical years, right? A human baby's brain doesn't fully develop till after it's born by a long way, and I think our boys' brains especially are being horrifically wounded by or the relationship between them and their mother is being disrupted by our patriarchy. It's incredibly wounding to their brains, actually. And they learn somehow to stop themselves from thinking. So even though I think, he's never going to win any awards for intelligence, but he's probably got an average IQ, average, enough. He has enough processing power to be able to see, if he could add up the reality, to be able to see it. But because he stops himself from thinking, which I think happens pre-verbal somehow in these men, he can't see the reality. So in his mind, he's the victim always. And probably partly also it's because women are allowed to defend themselves. Women are allowed to protect themselves. Women are allowed to speak even. Nothing a woman does other than obey and, do what they tell you to do is, it's all offensive, right? They're offended by it. So it means we're offensive. It means we're criminal because we're not doing what they want us to do, because we're not really fully human in their mind. We're objects, we're tools. We're supposed to be just their objects and their tools. So when a woman, defends herself, protects herself, speaks out, she's the offender because she's fucking offending them. They're upset. How dare she? And it translates to dead women, right? There's nothing funny about that. It translates to what's happening to me. It translates to men who are insane, evil, nasty, sociopaths, having all the power. When are we going to stop this? Right? When are we going to make this end and put the right people in charge? I'm doing my best. What about the rest of you?